robust immunity. And two, we can all now see the avalanche of so-called breakthrough cases in places that are highly vaccinated and provide good data, like Israel, Iceland, Gibraltar, the UK. We see what's happening there now. And so no longer, given all that, can the lie be sustained that these injections are the way forward. In fact, requiring people to take part in this medical experiment to participate in daily life is discriminatory. And in California, it is illegal according to the Unruh Civil Rights Act and two sections of the California Health and Safety Code, one of which, Section 24172, says individuals must be given the opportunity to decide to consent or not to consent to a medical experiment without the intervention of any element of force, fraud, deceit, duress, coercion, or undue influence on the subject's decision. I would say the threat of losing a job is coercion, wouldn't you? I wonder, what will government officials and unelected public health officers mandate next? It's time that we all stand together as we affirm our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
I'm Shira Donsky. I just noticed that this gentleman here, Andrew, took his mask off briefly, and I was happy and celebrating, but that didn't last very long. So I'm gonna start with a prayer, because God is everything, God is everywhere, and God is our life. And right now, God, we just come to you, and we ask that you change our thinking and align our thinking with the right thing to do for our communities and for our cities and for this country and for our planet. We are lost. We have lost our ways, and we need help. We really need help. So God, please help us, and please get through to these board supervisors who have honestly cut you off. They've cut you off. I think they're just best friends with Satan right now. So we're just hoping that you will reject Satan and all of his lies, and that you will turn to your Creator today so that you have some salvation. You can only keep up a lie as long as everyone is going to believe it. And right now, the amount of truth that is spreading on this planet is massive. We know the truth, and we know that these lies have kept us in slavery. You are all liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Is this kindergarten, folks? By the way, you're all fired. It's just a matter of time. You're going to be convicted of fraud, and may God have mercy on you and spare you the death penalty, which many of our leaders will be getting. We will not be a nation divided by lies any longer. We are uniting right now in our communities in God's truth, and we are not going to stop uniting. A fake and fraudulent media-driven virus? Really? A fake pandemic? A fake emergency order? And now fake deadly shots? It's enough. I don't have to go over the numbers because they were already reported.
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you. Next speaker, please.
God help you.
Hi, my name is Amy Reichert, and I'm with Reopen San Diego. I just want to say there is something really unique and special that is going on in San Diego, unlike other big cities. I mean, look at this turnout. Today, we had a rally, and there were hundreds of people here at 9 o'clock. There was a line of people at the entrance that went all the way to West Ash. I actually asked one of the sheriff's deputies who's worked here for 6 years, and he said he's never seen a crowd like this. 6 years. I actually work full-time in marketing. I'm a volunteer for Reopen San Diego. I don't get paid one dime for doing this. I actually took today off from work. And a lot of other people took time off from work too. And I just want to say this, Nathan Fletcher, I saw your press conference yesterday, and I saw your announcement recommending that San Diego employers require that their employers get the vaccine, and if not, be tested once a week. I actually work for a big corporation, and my CEO has a message for you. He's not gonna do it. Go pound sand, Nathan Fletcher.
My name is Kay Jacobs, and Mr. Fletcher, can you please look at me while I'm talking? Because you haven't looked at anybody while they've been talking. What I'd like to talk about is the PCR test and how this has been, it's the house of cards, it's the fraud. Carrie Mullis invented the PCR test to replicate DNA strands in the laboratory as a tool. It was never intended to detect a live virus. He was found mysteriously dead after he spoke on this. Then a Mr. Drosden from Germany got a hold of his model, his computer model for this PCR test, and rigged it to be amplified at amplifications that make just about anything become positive for COVID. The president of Tanzania, himself a PhD in chemistry, he sent in 8 liquids to laboratories using this PCR test, including oil and juice and water and 5 other liquids. All of them came back positive for COVID. He was found mysteriously dead. 5 presidents in the world have been assassinated for speaking out that their countries weren't having any COVID problems at all because they weren't using the PCR test to make people think they have a virus. That's what happened. Now, I want to ask you a question. Would you buy a new brand of toothpaste that had already killed 50 people? No, because that toothpaste would not be allowed to be sold. Would you buy a new brand of furnace that has burned down 100 homes? Heck no, because that furnace would not be allowed to be sold. Now, we're at over 12,000 deaths for these injections. Do you know that you can't even take a little kitty cat to a veterinarian to get the FDA approved rabies shot until that veterinarian has given that kitty an exam to make sure that kitty is...
Ma'am, your time is up. Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Yeah.
Board, thanks for your attention. My name's Patty Stottlemyre. I'm a registered nurse, and I live in District 3. Dr. Wooten, are there different vaccines in Massachusetts than California? Because I have a report here right off of the CDC's website that says a report from July 21, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, there were 469 COVID-19 cases, and 346 of them, 74%, occurred in fully vaccinated people. And right off the CDC's website, it says, of the 5 hospitalized cases, 4 were fully vaccinated. And quote, from the CDC's website, I'm quoting, preliminary evidence suggests that fully vaccinated people who do become infected can spread the virus to others. So, because of this, there's no scientific basis for discrimination based on vaccination status. Furthermore, the CDC vaccine adverse reporting system is reporting over 545,000 adverse reactions to this experimental vaccine, including 12,366 deaths. What product other than this experimental biologic would
Thank you,
still
ma'am.
be
Your time
on
is up.
the shelf
Thank you. Your
with
time is
this
up.
kind of result?
Thank you. Your time is up.
Hi, my name's Alan Curry. Here's that chart, Woden. There's a chart that tells you that. It overrides every study you got up there, your fake models that put out by England. It says fake models. Tell the truth. This from the CDC, it overrides everything you put up there. Let's talk about documents. 2 years ago, Paradise Fire. Paradise Fire said, masks do not work. Do not wear a mask because it will not protect you from smoke that you can see. The virus, 0.1 microns, your blood cells, 7 microns. 70 times larger than a freaking virus. And you're going to tell us these masks work? When you stop lying? Sacramento Health, not recommended for masks. Elderly, heart condition, asthmatics, and children. I repeat again, children! Wake up! Washington Health, do not wear a mask with one strap. Do not wear a surgical mask. Will not protect you from smoke inhalation. Smoke inhalation is 2.5 micron. The virus is 0.1 micron. Do I got to drill it in your head? And if you're saying droplets, I got information of droplets. Have you ever seen anybody vape? 6 foot distance? Are you kidding me? Right there. Vape goes right through your mask. The droplets go right through. It doesn't do any good. Canada Health said, Michael Wu, that the blue mask put graphene into your lungs just like asbestos. Look it up. We have had enough. The people here, I've served in my Navy for 20 years, but don't thank me for service. You know you should be thanking the cooks, the plumbers. Everybody here did service to the country. They're the ones you need to thank. Open this country, knock your nonsense off, try to get these businesses shut down again with your edicts. Enough of this.
Before you begin speaking, I'd like to call 5 additional speakers.
Go for it.
Eli Komai, Cara Smith, Nirvana Hankins, Lou Uridel, and Melanie Burkholder.
Good afternoon, supervisors. Thank you for taking your time out of your busy day to come here and listen to your constituents.
Can you please state your name for the audio record?
Oh, forgive me, I'll start at the beginning. Hello, my name is Sean Fredrickson. We meet again. There's been a video that's gone viral from your constituents that are really trying to help you understand what they want. You seem to ignore them. I will tell you what they're saying. This COVID pandemic has ended, Nathan Fletcher. Wilma Wooten, we realize where you're getting your commands or your dictates from. Nathan Fletcher, we realize what you're doing too. We are here as your constituents to tell you this is over. San Diego is no longer under your rule of thumb. Nathan Fletcher, you need to know we're coming for you too. There has been a recall that's been started for one dictator. There will be another if necessary. Your constituents are here, Nathan. Do you see them? They're up here, Nathan. Are you looking? They're making noise, Nathan. Do you see them? This must be difficult for you because your authority is being pummeled by the people. We're here to inform you. The people have spoken. COVID is over. The numbers you've stated are propaganda. And Wilma, as a recap, here we go. Last month we went through this, so we've got to finalize. Do you know how many deaths happened in the month of July? Nathan? 36. How much propaganda are we going to use for the death of 36 people? How many rights are we going to take? And Nathan, how many lies are you going to continue to propagate? The time is now, people. Either you get removed or you stand up on some truth. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nirvana Hawkins with a W. I'm here as a mother. I'm a mother of two by myself. Okay? The whole pandemic, I worked. I delivered food. The whole pandemic. I worked 2 jobs. I work at a school that I sat out there on that lawn trying to convince the principal that I am not a virus. I work for campus security. I have to uphold the rules of the school. And I love these children, okay? He sat there and he told me, well, you don't have a vaccine and you can't come on campus. A mother of 2, possibility of losing her job to provide because of your lies. Your lies. Are you going to be responsible for my children if I get a reaction from this virus? 2 kids without a mom, and now possibly without a way to provide for them because of your lies. You have convinced these parents that I'm a disease. Go ahead, keep rolling your eyes, because this is real life. I have to deal with this. I do. 13 seconds. I have to go in there tomorrow with the possibility of losing my job and will to provide for my children because you guys continue to lie. Something to think about.
Hi, my name is Kara Smith. I am from...
Can you restate your name, please?
Oh, sorry. Hi, my name is Kara Smith. I'm from Supervisor Jim Desmond's area, and we're thankful to have him. I just wanted to say, first of all, about the vaccine, that people are justifiably refusing, skeptical, or hesitant. I mean, since the beginning of this pandemic, we've been lied to, manipulated, and censored and silenced. Also, there's a lot of adverse reactions. You forgot to mention that in your presentation to the vaccine. I suggest that you guys move to make a resolution that there's no vaccine passports and that employers are not allowed to require vaccines from their employees. It's a gross infringement of freedom. And you know what? People that want to get vaccinated, they can now. It's available, and I'm really happy that they have that opportunity. But everybody should have the right to assess their own personal risk based on whatever risk factors that they may or may not have. So why is this the only thing that we're talking about? Yes, we want to mitigate risk, right? But we know things. Like, for example, age is a huge risk factor. The older you get, the worse complications or possibility of death with COVID. There's another one, metabolic health, that is never even mentioned. In fact, if an obese person loses a moderate amount of weight, the prognosis, should they get COVID, improves drastically. In fact, there's a linear correlation between elevated BMI and severity of complications with COVID. Yet while this is true, do you promote healthy diet, movement and exercise instead of an experimental vaccine? What about promoting and making accessible whole foods, meats, fruits, and vegetables, and access to fitness? Because this also mitigates risk, which is all the vaccine does. This isn't about health, and I would say it's just about control, but really I don't even think it's that. I think that really it's like the politically safe thing to do, which is what you guys are doing. And I just ask that instead of just doing the politically safe thing, do what is logical and with critical thinking.
My name is Lou Yurdell. I'm the owner of Metroflex Gym in Oceanside. It's been 18 months since people have been so scared of dying that they gave up on living. I'm here today to talk about recent recommendations to ask employers to do your dirty work. Asking them to mandate vaccines is another misstep in a parade of failures of our government. You want to know why there's so much kickback on this? We simply don't trust you. And why would we? It's gone from 2 weeks to flatten the curve to show me your papers if you want to work here. It went from stemming the flow of the ICU overflow to eradicating a virus that'll never go away. The proof is in Israel with the highest rates of vaccines and many more breakthrough cases than ever seen. Masks didn't work, stay-at-home orders didn't work, and lockdowns will go down in history as one of the greatest blunders of our time. We talk about personal responsibility in getting the vaccine. Dr. Wilma Wooten, not once have I heard you or any other health officer talk about the importance of the fact that 78% of the people admitted to the ICU were overweight or obese. You nor our elected officials, minus Jim Desmond, have ever mentioned the effectiveness of maintaining healthy weight, exercise, proper nutrition, vitamin supplementation. Not a peep. We here talking about health? We talking about health? Instead, we get wear a mask, stay home, close your business, and take this shot, none of which boosts your immune system. Don't talk to me about personal responsibility until every employer is held responsible for injury resulting from this shot when they require it, or big pharma companies are held liable. I'll make this real simple for y'all. I will never, and I mean ever, submit to any request or requirement to wear masks or vaccine mandates. I will never submit to rules that segregate or dismantle people and put them against each other. Thank you.
As the next speaker is coming forward, I'd like to invite 5 additional speakers: Sarah Maurer, Brittany Mayer, Sharon McKeeman, Caleb Dominguez, and Nick Taylor.
Andrew, Helen, before I begin, I just want to see if is Nora Vargas with us? Is she online? Is she on Zoom? Nora, are you with us? Nora's out of the building. She's out to lunch.
No, I'm not. I'm here.
Good to hear you. I don't see you, but it's really good to hear from you. Hopefully you've been enjoying the comments so far. All right, I'll start. Once I see the timer, yeah, it's ticking. My name's Eli Comey, resident of the city. I just want to say, the staff, you're doing an excellent job listening. I also like your attendance. You're out attending so far the elected officials of this governing body. So keep it up, keep listening. A lot of good truth bombs. If you want to, take notes. It's fantastic. I know you're all smart people. If you're dumb people, you wouldn't be sitting at the seats you're in right now. So I trust you'll use your noodle. Let the words that are uttered today, just know we're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for our community. We're doing this for others. Like I said earlier, the first time I was up here, I don't want to be here. I'm doing this for other people. So I appreciate everything that you do to listen, to take into account everything that is said. And I hope to see, and I want to applaud the board for powering through their lunch hour. I thought you guys were going to go to recess at 1 p.m. You're powering right through it, and I don't want to take any more time. Thanks.
Good afternoon, Supervisors. My name is Melanie Burkholder. I'm a Carlsbad resident, also running for office. I came this afternoon primarily because I'm a mental health therapist. While I would love to be talking about supporting our police to fully engage and duly protect and serve, as a former Fed myself, I think that's really important. I came here today to talk to you about mental health. And while I know some of us are wondering if Mr. Fletcher is writing a novel, it's actually not what he's doing. If you just check out his Twitter feed, you can see what he's been doing for the past couple of hours. I think we deserve the respect that we are giving you by by addressing all of you. 18 months ago, I became aware that I was not allowed to go to church and worship God. I couldn't have my children in sports to play and be physically active. And then I couldn't send them to school. And so I became what is known as a mama bear, and I am a mental health therapist. So I went on the news and said, hey guys, we don't know what we're doing to these children. These children, look at them up there. There's 10 or 15 children up there. We don't know what we're doing, what the implications of this masking and isolation and everything that we did to these kids over the last 18 months. Guess what? It's 18 months later. We do know they're committing suicide. There's an increased rate in suicide attempt and ideation. I'm seeing it in my own practice. Fear, phobia, anxiety, depression, ADHD on the rise because we put them in front of a screen for a year. This is not acceptable. And while I know you are a governing body, most of you are parents. Dig deep. Dig into that feeling. If that helps you make the right choice moving forward with the COVID response, we need to fight for our children. That's what we're doing. We're standing in the gap. We're doing what any of you as parents would do. It's not personal. I signed up to protect and serve once. I'll do it again, and this time it is personal.
Thank you, ma'am. Next speaker, please.
I'm Sharon McKeeman. I'm a mom of 4, a military wife, and the founder of Let Them Breathe. I already called on you to honor our inalienable human rights that we're entitled to just by breathing. Those include being able to choose what does or does not go on or in our bodies. It also includes life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Wilma Wooten, you talked about cases rising. What you didn't talk about is the suicides rising. You